Hey everyone, it's Jessie checking in from Bellevarde. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Yesterday definitely felt like the weather was starting to shift a little. We saw more cloud rolling in, and by the afternoon there was a bit of wind in the air. Nothing dramatic, but enough that you noticed it when you stepped outside. And while we're talking about yesterday, I have to give a quick shout out to Steve Angus for some brilliant drone footage he's been sharing. Steve works with the ski school TDC, the Development Center, and when he's not out teaching clients skiing or snowboarding, he captures these beautiful aerial shots of the resort. I'll pop links to TDC and Steve's Instagram in the comments. He also puts out a weekly weather update on Thursdays, which is well worth a watch for proper first-hand insight from someone who's out there in all conditions. Overnight in the village stayed relatively mild for this time of year. Temperatures sat mostly between around 2 and 4 degrees Celsius, dipping a little towards the early morning, but never getting especially cold. It stayed dry throughout the night, with no snowfall recorded in town. Winds were generally light to moderate, but there were a few stronger gusts at times, which you may have noticed if you were out. By early morning, temperatures were settling closer to the low 2s, with a light breeze still moving through the village, setting us up for a cloudy and unsettled day ahead. Looking at today around town, cloud cover thickens through the day, with snow expected on and off. The sun won't be making an appearance, so it keeps that proper wintry feel around town. There's around a 60% chance of precipitation, and temperatures are expected to reach about 1 degree Celsius at their warmest. Winds stay mostly light, but occasional stronger gusts up to 64 kilometers per hour are possible, especially as winds shift from the east in the morning to the southeast later in the day. Up on Bellevarde, conditions are more unsettled. Clouds and snowfall are expected throughout the day, with a very high chance of precipitation, close to 90%, and no sunshine. Temperatures at the summit are forecast to reach around -2 degrees Celsius, so it will feel noticeably colder than in the village. Winds are gentler earlier on, around 12 to 20 kilometers per hour, easing slightly in the afternoon, but gusts could still reach up to around 54 kilometers per hour. With winds coming from the southeast, exposed areas and ridgelines may feel particularly chilly, and visibility could be reduced at times. With the wind potentially increasing as the day goes on, it's worth downloading the Val d'Isère ski app if you haven't already. It shows live lift openings and can even notify you if connections between Val d'Isère and Tignes close, which can be very handy in tricky conditions. A heads up for seasonaires and locals. Blue Note is hosting a Seasonaires Alert Night on Tuesday the 16th of December. Jonah will be on the decks, playing an eclectic mix of funk, disco, soul, and all the good stuff you need to properly unwind. There's also happy hour from 10 until 11 in the evening, so it's a great excuse to get out before the season gets even busier. Over at the B Bar, Jam Sound Connection brings the winter tour to Val d'Isère with Groove Wax, featuring Groove Sparks and Mr. French Wax. That's also on Tuesday the 16th, from 10 in the evening until 1:30 in the morning, and entry is free. Expect groove, electro, and a lively dance floor atmosphere. And if today feels like more of an indoors kind of day, the Centre Aquasportif just below the Olympic bubble is a great option. With a ski pass of 6 days or more, you get 2 free entries, and with 12 days or more, that increases to 4. Here's a brief summary of the official Bulletin d'Estimation du risque d'avalanche, issued by Météo France, for areas outside marked and open pistes. For Tuesday, avalanche risk is generally low, below around 2,300 metres, but rises to a marked level above that altitude. The main concern is wind-affected snow. Some reactive wind slabs are present at higher elevations, particularly on west, north, and east-facing slopes. These could be triggered by a skier, especially where the snow has been freshly transported by recent winds. Most expected avalanches would be small to medium in size, but in rare cases, a larger slide is still possible higher up. Signs to watch out for include hard, wind-packed snow, cracking under skis, or that hollow whoomph sound. Always check the full official avalanche report via the link in the description before heading off-piste, and take extra care in exposed terrain. If you're planning to explore the mountains this season, remember, off-piste skiing is dangerous. Always take a qualified guide and never go off-piste without a transceiver, shovel and probe. and most importantly, know how to use them and practice regularly. That's all from me for today. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your latest weather update and more news from around Val d'Isère. And if you know of any events, live music, or local happenings that deserve a mention, let us know in the comments. Have a great day and enjoy life here in the Alps.
Forecast information provided by Meteoblue.com, infoclimat.fr, and Meteofrance.fr. Conditions in the Alps can change quickly, so always check the latest forecasts before heading out. Webcam images courtesy of the official Val d'Isère website.